guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing part 3 of follow-up to part 2 and part 1 of Clash Royale Card Maker series. I actually made it officially a series. If you guys want to go check it out, go check out the playlist. It's on my channel. It's called, I believe, the Clash Royale Card Maker series videos or whatever. I don't know, something like that. You guys will see it. But if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, be sure to go check those out first. And pause the video here, go check that out, and then come back. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Without further ado, let's go. Welcome back, guys. Here we are with the first card. Level 9 Elite Archers, guys. These are uncommon, just like the Elite Barbarians, except these are Elite Archers. So these are a 5 elixir card. These little ladies are not messing around. They shoot flaming arrows that deal damage over time. Pretty nasty ability, guys. So 448 hit points, 86 damage per second. They do 104 damage, Hit points 1.2 hit speed 1.2 seconds, targets air and ground, and their speed is slow, guys. Range 6, same as a musketeer. Deploy time 1 second. There are 2 of these ladies, and their burn DPS, you can see in the description, they shoot flaming arrows that deal damage over time. That burn DPS, guys, that's 25, and the burn duration is 3 seconds. That's a total of 75 burn damage from these ladies at tournament standard. Okay, guys, moving on to the next card. Here we are with the Giant Bomber. This is an epic 6 elixir. I think you guys will really like this one. So this giant skeleton always dreamed of becoming a bomber. One day he put his dreams into action. Every other bomb he throws stuns the enemy. So guys, 1010 hit points, damage per second 162, area damage 228. So this guy does do splash just like the bomber. The hit speed is 1.5 just like the bomber. And it targets ground. The speed is slow, which is, of course, he's slow because he's essentially just a giant skeleton. And his range is 5, which is 1 less than the musketeer to give you a visual. The deploy time is 1 second. And guys, if you remember in the description, it does say every other bomb he throws stuns the enemy. As you can see, it does say stun duration 0.5 seconds. So every couple bombs he throws, one of them is going to stun for 0.5 seconds. Alright, guys, that's going to be the Giant Bomber. Let's move on to this next card. I think this one's awesome as well. The Temple Lord, guys, a legendary 7 elixir. The Temple Lord, creator of the pyramids, travels through many sandstorms to make an appearance in Clash Royale. He summons many tornadoes, tornadoes for short periods of time. So guys, this guy's got 1689 hit points. Now tornado DPS 30. This guy actually does not do damage. It's his tornadoes that do the damage for him. So tornado DPS 30, his tornado duration 1.5. To give you guys an idea of how long that is, the regular tornado lasts for 2.5, so 1.5 is a little shorter. The tornado radius is 3, which is, I believe, a little less than the regular tornado. And his summon speed is 1.6, so he makes one of these little mini tornadoes every 1.6 seconds. He targets air and ground because, of course, the tornado can suck in air and ground. His speed is fast, his range is 5, and his deploy time is 1 second. So that's going to be the Temple Lord. Moving on to the next card, we have the Mutant Goblin. This is a 4 elixir rare card. Boy, I love goblins, guys. This bad boy carries a spiked axe and a mean temper. Don't get in his way or he will grind you to dust. Destroy. Okay, guys, so hit points, 1115. This is a pretty good amount of hit points. You can actually compare this guy to a mini P.E.K.K.A. They are very similar, however, they do rival each other as some stats are different. So damage per second is 256. Obviously, that's high DPS. Damage through 20. His hit speed is 0.8 seconds, which is just 1.1 above the Knight, because the Knight's 0.7. So there's a little idea of how fast he can hit. He targets ground. His speed is very fast. So essentially, this guy's also like an Elite Barbarian at the same time, because he does massive damage and his speed is very fast. His range is melee. His deploy time is 1 second. So that's the Mutant Goblin, guys. Alright, moving on to the next card, we have the Goblin Father, guys. This is a 5 elixir rare card. Guys, guess where I got this image? You guys are probably like, oh, I've seen that somewhere. Where is it? It's actually the Clash of Clans Goblin dude that you see when you first start the game. So yeah, that's him. He is the father of all his goblin children. That includes goblins, spear goblins, dart goblins, and mutant goblins. As you guys just remember, we went over that card. Every time a goblin is killed, he gets raged, boosting his attack and speed. So this guy essentially feeds off of the death of his fellow goblins. So hit points 1635, damage per second 135, his damage 189, hit speed is 1.4 seconds, targets ground, speed is very fast, range is melee, and guys, this is where it gets interesting. Rage effect, 10% every goblin. So essentially, this is like an indirect buff to all goblin cards in this game, because every time you play this guy and there's goblins on the field and they die, this guy gets stronger. So his deploy time is 1 second. So that's that guy. That's the Goblin Father. Alright, next card here, we got the Mega Mortar. So this is a 6 elixir epic, Expo or Mega Mortar. This is the real question when it comes to attack from across the bridge. So when I made this card, I wanted to try to rival the Expo, because I'm like, okay, you know, Expo, Mortar, they already have a rival, but I wanted to make a real rival to the Expo. So I decided to create the Mega Mortar. So now this thing is very, very, very strong. However, it can be countered pretty easily. So it's got 1467 hit points, damage per second 124. Now guys, look at this area damage. This is what I was talking about. This thing can be very risky to play, however it can be devastating on a tower. 620 area damage. That's crazy. However, the hit speed to balance it out, it had to be 5 seconds, which is pretty slow. So the target's ground. His range is 11, which is just slightly under the range of an Expo, which the Expo is the range of, or has a range of 11.5. So deploy time is 3.4 seconds. I decided to make it rather a little shorter than the Mortar. Shorter than the Mortar. Wait. Yeah, a little shorter than the Mortar. That's a tongue twister. Okay, guys, the lifetime is 40 seconds. So that's going to be the multi-mortar. Mega Mortar, guys. Next card, here we go. I actually think this is my favorite in this whole video. This guy's really cool. I love the image. Alright, guys, level 7, HogRider's Father. So a 4 elixir rare card here. The HogRider's Father is very wise, not to mention very powerful. He slams the ground with his hammer, creating a small knockback effect. So this thing is actually the father of the HogRider. I thought he actually looked a lot like him, so I decided to use him as that description. So hit points 1237, damage per second 86, area damage 104. So as you guys can see, not nearly as much damage as the HogRider. However, you have to remember he does have that knockback effect, which is kind of the same thing as a log in a way. So let's continue. So hit speed 1.2 seconds. He does target ground. His speed is fast. So he's a little slower than the HogRider. I figured since he's older, he's got to be a little slower, you know, just using logic here. So his range is melee, and his deploy time is 1 second. So that's the HogRider's Father, guys. Moving on to number 8, guys. Okay, this is the first super tanky, expensive card I made in this video. So this is the Earth Golem, guys. 9 elixir legendary card. Being the older brother of the Golem, he has mastered the power to become one with his surroundings. He can disguise himself for 10 seconds once he is deployed for surprise tank pushes. It says tanks, but I meant to put tank pushes. Be ready. So guys, this thing is massive, boasting 4120 hit points, 94 damage per second, and 235 damage. Hit speed is 2.5 seconds. So as you can see, I believe it's a little less than a tournament standard Golem. However, remember this thing can be invisible, or I should say, can cloak himself. So his Golem level is 3. Death damage, 235, of course, like the Golem. And he does target buildings, just like the Golem. Speed, it's a very slow, of course, just like the Golem. And his range is melee, just like the Golem. His deploy time is 3 seconds, and here's where it gets interesting, guys. Interesting. Okay, camouflage time, so 10 seconds. As you guys remember, if you guys have watched it, maybe you're just watching this just because you just happen to see it. I do have a part 1 and part 2, but there was a card that I made called the Ninja Goblin, which actually had it's like kind of like a camouflage when he was spawned. Well, I don't want to get too deep into that, but basically this guy's pretty similar to him. When he has a 10-second camouflage time when he spawned, so that's pretty interesting. You know, he can definitely surprise your opponent with just a tank that just comes out of nowhere. So that's going to be the Earth Golem, guys. Now, guys, I was like, okay, the Inferno Dragon's not really getting a lot of love, so I decided to make this guy the Inferno Wizard, guys. It's a wizard. So 5 elixir legendary. This man thought fireballs, ice, and electricity was not enough. If you guys didn't really get that little phrase there, it was kind of like I was basically referring to like the wizard, ice wizard, and the electro wizard. So he studied the Inferno Tower for quite some time and created his dandy Inferno gun. This guy literally made an Inferno gun. What a legend. So this dude has 657 hit points, so not much, kind of like a regular wizard. His damage per second, it looks a little funny, but that's how it is when an Inferno is involved. 75 to 875, so as you know, the Inferno Tower heats up over time. And then his damage is 30 to 350, same concept as damage per second. And his hit speed is 0.4 seconds, so it's essentially just a beam of Inferno. He does target air and ground, just like the Inferno Dragon. And his speed is slow. I figured since he has a lot of armor on, I want to make him a slow speed. His range is 5.5, which is just 0.5 underneath the Musketeer, or it's just under, it's not underneath. Deploy time, 1 second. So guys, that's the Inferno Wizard. Now, the final card of the video. This one is amazing. Let me just tell you guys, I love this card so much. So let me show you guys this one. So this is the the Elite Barbarian Sword. Just kidding. That's not the card. Pause this video if you want to get cancer on this card. Okay guys, the next card. So this was actually sent to me by my friend. This is the HYPNO Tower. Now, just quick little FYI, if you guys want to have your cards featured, just email me at gregory@thejenkins.net. That's all lowercase. So yeah, if you guys want to get featured in these videos, then yeah, do that. So this is the HYPNO Tower. This is made by my friend, actually. 4 elixir legendary. So let's see what this thing is exactly. So a giant P.E.K.K.A. raging towards your tower. Place the HYPNO Tower, and that P.E.K.K.A. will turn and fight for you. The HYPNO Tower affects 1 troop. Okay, interesting concept, guys. Interesting concept. So let's see. Hypnosis, 1 troop. So as you guys can see, it looks like he intended for it to hypnotize only 1 troop. Lifetime 45 seconds, so it looks like it lasts for 45 seconds. Attack speed is 1.5 seconds, okay. And then his death effect, or should I say its death effect, 3-second confusion. Okay, that confuses me a little bit, but I believe what he's trying to say is when it dies, like the troops around it get confused for 3 seconds, I believe. Yeah, I think so. So the range is 5 tiles. Hit points, it looks 1350 hit points, and the radius is 3 tiles. So pretty cool card by my friend. If you, like I said, if you guys want to see your cards in my videos, be sure to email me, and that's gonna wrap it up for the video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to destroy the like button, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I have so much fun making these videos. I just want to let you guys know. And that's gonna be it. I will see you guys in the next video.